Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sunday podcast. Hope you have all enjoyed your weekend. Yes, Rahini, we still absolutely are going to be doing a reading of my book, and you will be doing it in a very dramatic dialect. Cannot wait for that. So let's get into it, shall we? A couple of positive things to actually get into today. I'm not actually going to make this a particularly long podcast because I'm doing it a little bit later than what I had planned on doing, and it's quite late here. But indeed, if you have been following me on the socials, the ebook, the Royal Codes ebook, is now live. So I know most of you want it by paperback, hardback, and audio, but it is also available via ebook as well. I'm also happy to say I thought it would take me a little bit longer to get formatting and stuff done, but the hardback formatting is also finished. So the hardback will actually come out on the same day as the paperback for those of you who wanted the hardback. And actually, there's parts of the book that are um, journal prompts and also writing and reflection prompts as well. So I think actually for those of you that love hardback, you're really going to love it, because I think just the feel of it is going to be so much nicer to write in. But paperback will also be available, and audio, as I explained before, that's definitely going to take a little bit longer because it's a little bit more expensive to make the audio. But link is pinned to the top if you do want to go and buy the ebook. Currently only available on Amazon, but I am working on the other platforms and I will let you know as and when they come out. But thank you to the few people who have gone and bought the ebook already. Very much appreciated. Okay, let's get on to today's royal news. Oh, and also thank you to the feedback, everyone who listened to the reading of chapter 9 that I did. If you go to the video tab and you want a preview, I actually did create a very nice visual video where I actually read out chapter 9. So thank you to everybody that left really nice comments on that video. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Right, our girl Meghan. Now, this photo came out today. There's also a video of this as well, but it's literally like 2 seconds of Meghan on a plane. And the context of this, I have been told, is when they were going to Colombia. And it seems like there's a lot of Archwell staff on the plane as well. And it's interesting that absolutely nobody leaked this before when the Colombia trip was going ahead. I don't know if the whole was Archwell or just like a section of the plane was Archwell. But great to see Meghan happy with her staff. And also, I think it just squashes the rumors that there is anything, seedy going on at Archwell. These are some of the rumors that they've been, throwing around that, Meghan's barking orders and all of this. And I think this really just feeds into stereotypes. Like whenever a very strong woman wants things done, she's barking orders, she's, being aggressive when actually she's just doing her job and getting things done. And this was actually in GB News. I don't know if hell has frozen over. They're actually being sensible for once. So GB News said that they have been handed an absolute denial of the allegations, as well as Meghan's message to her employees, and has confirmed with several current staffers that the Duchess difficult Monarchia has never been used. And I'm not going to read the whole thing, but basically Meghan's email signature that contain the phrase, "My working day may not be your working day. Please do not feel obliged to reply to this email outside of your normal working hours." And you know what? That is so polite of Meghan, but I absolutely hate that she's being held to this standard. Like she always has to be so perfect and she always has to be so nice. And, it's just this double standard that women of color, especially Black women, are held to, that we can't be too aggressive. Even, we're not even being aggressive, we're just being professional in doing our jobs. And I just think it's so unfair because you hear about all of the rumors at Kensington Palace, the rotation of staff, they can never keep staff, the types of people that they were hiring to work there, people like Jason Off and people like Simon Case. So yeah, it's just really annoying that I feel like Black women are always made to feel like we have to soften everything, and I just think it's so unfair. We're allowed to go to work and do our jobs and just be professional and be neutral. We don't have to be nice all the time, just because we fear being seen as aggressive or angry. Right. So that's that. Also, the Netflix boss gave an interview. I think this was either to Deadline or Hollywood Reporter. Anyway, he gave this interview and he spoke about how, Netflix makes things for the people and not for the critics. And he also mentioned Meghan. In this interview, he said he's so frighteningly well connected, coolly name dropping the likes of Kevin Costner, a very good friend of mine, and Meghan Markle. I've been out with a lot of famous people before. The way people react to Meghan is otherworldly. So people obviously very stunned and taken back when they meet her. I feel like the way the British tabloids tried to break Meghan down, the flip side of this is that they gave her so much press, even though so much of it was negative, that they have just turned her into this massive global figure. And I think that in the end, in trying to destroy her, they just actually made her even more powerful, because positive or negative, that amount of coverage or press, PR people would pay millions for, literally millions. So I'm not surprised at Ted Sarandos saying, the way people react to Meghan is almost otherworldly, because they have turned her into this, like, I don't know what word I would use, just this massive figure, and then to add to that the fact that she married into royalty, and at heart she is just a person. So this is what happens when you try to bury a seed. A seed grows into a much taller tree than you ever imagined. And then to add to that, Meghan is obviously very intelligent, very smart, very creative, and able to connect with people and create a brand. On to some other things. Harry popped up over the weekend, honouring first responders at the 1805 live concert. And I believe this is the one that him and Meghan actually went to last year. It's held by Kevin Costner, Hollywood actor Kevin Costner. Meghan did not attend on this occasion. Apparently she was sick. I don't know if that's Harry who said that she was sick, or if that's just something the tabloid spun up. But anyway, she doesn't have to, she doesn't have to be at every single event that Harry is at as well. But Harry did attend this one by himself. He was on stage giving honours to people, also backstage with other celebrities that were there as well. I think that's Tom Hanks, and I don't recognise the other guy, but I think he is an actor as well. So let's have a read of this event. Give me a sec, let me get the People article up. See what you're saying in the comments. Okay, I think we have a I always just find it hilarious that trolls actually come into our chat. Thank you so much for giving us a boost in the algorithm. We appreciate it. Thank you also to Elaine Parker for being a member for 27 months. Oh, thanks, for you being here. If you weren't here, I wouldn't be able to do this work. Yes, Wendy, that is literally the word that I was looking for. That wasn't coming to my mind. They've turned Duchess Meghan into an icon. Thank you, haters. Yes. Thank you so much, Wendy. I was trying to think so hard of a word, but yeah, you got it. Icon. All right. Let's read this People article. So, Prince Harry spent Friday night in Carpinteria, California, raising funds for Santa Barbara First County responders. The Prince took the stage at a star-studded concert hosted by Kevin Costner. The concert helps raise funds for the local fire, police, and sheriff departments. The proceeds going towards equipment and the mental health resources. Harry saying, as you probably heard already, 22 years of military service and 10,000 hours, and rarely sees his family because he's always flying helicopters, Prince Harry said of helicopter pilot Lauren Courtney. After he quipped at that Courtney was 65 years old but looked 40. He asked him, "Why do you still do what you do?" Courtney then said, "I do this because I love doing it, and I love doing it for the county of Santa Barbara. It's a rewarding experience whenever we go out, either putting out fires or rescuing somebody in the backcountry or making evacuations from vehicle accidents or doing the law patrol, keeping citizens safe." Amazing. And what a fantastic cause, and great to see Harry back supporting. Okay, next thing. Somebody not getting a lot of crowd attention. William in Aberdeen, walking into a visit. This has been an increasingly common sight with royals going to events, and there's all these barricades and no crowds. Interesting also that certain reporters like this Daniela Elsa and also Tom Sykes reporting on things like this as well, whereas before they would either ignore it or try to hype it up and make it something that it wasn't. And people are noticing, as Anne Boleyn said on Twitter, okay, seriously, what is going on? Did I wake up in an alternative universe? Royston and now Elsa. What is happening? I think what's happening is what I've been predicting on this podcast for the last 3 years, literally. When it becomes more profitable to throw the other royals under the bus than it is to protect them, the royal reporters and responders, they're going to turn. This was just predictable because they don't have access to Harry and Meghan anymore. So what are they meant to do? They've got bills to pay. Also, this popped up in the Scottish National and a story about William visits Scottish venue linked to Aberdeen white powder dealer. I won't say the word. Prince William has been slammed after hosting an event at a Scottish venue with close ties to a well-known convicted dealer. The heir to the throne held talks at the Union Kirk in Aberdeen city centre as part of a promotional push for his anti-homelessness project Homewards, despite the venue's links to a white powder dealer, Paul Clarkson. Clarkson is the son of a Portugal-based publican, Stuart Clarkson, who owns a number of boozers in the city, including the Union Kirk. Paul Clarkson was in April this year ordered to pay back the £65,000 he was accused of making in profit from pushing the Class A D, of which the court said he had paid back 40,000. That's by D I mean the white sniffy stuff. Okay, so it goes on about the family's other links to the white sniffy stuff. Graham Smith, head of anti-monarchy campaign Republic, said the visit called into question William's judgment. He said even the local bobbies were disgusted. Terrible message to send to people. He said Prince William's homeless project has been all show and little substance from the start, so it doesn't surprise me that he hasn't bothered to do some due diligence on who he's working with. Indeed. This obviously raises questions as to what money was paid for the use of the facilities and what kind of operation William is backing when the people involved have less than stellar reputations. There must be lots of other venues and charities that could have hosted the event. Why did he choose that one? Good question. I just think this is a lack of due diligence on the part of the palace staff who just didn't do their research. And you know for sure Harry and Meghan would never be so sloppy. Also, over in the US, this is happening. The US tabloids have been teasing for a while now. I don't know if they're testing the waters, if they're just trying to grab attention. But they've been a lot more willing to put this particular story of Kate and William and troubles behind the scenes than the UK tabloid press has, for reasons obvious. UK tabloid press just will not touch it. It's also interesting that William seems so much more troubled and tired looking than Kate. Arnett, you said, thanks for tonight's podcast. Just arrived in South Africa from the UK. Oh, you've been on a flight. Glad you arrived safely. I was very pleased to receive your email so I could listen to you reading a chapter of your new book. Thank you so much, Annette. I'm glad you had a safe journey. Susie Q, you said, by the way, where is the beard now? Oh, it's there. That's the most he could grow out in like what? It's been a month. He's trying. Thank you also to Olivia Johnson for 23 months of membership. Much appreciated. Kate is meant to be back to work. She's meant to have returned back to work. Some kind of behind the scenes meeting, some kind of Zoom call. I don't think it was written in the court circular, and we have no pictures of whatever this meeting was. Working royal is, of course, an oxymoron. But I just find it interesting that they put out all these articles about her returning to work, but no pictures. Just articles about her first official meeting in 9 months. Oakley dokley. I mean, there's a lot of people that go through treatment and they're still having to work 9 to 5. In much nicer and positive news, Diana's brother hosted a choir at their family home for the Diana Foundation's 25th anniversary. Very sweet of him to do that. The Diana Award was set up to promote the princess's belief that young people have the power to change the world for the better. Earl Spencer, the brother of Diana, Princess of Wales, has hosted the choir at the late family's home, and 350 members of the rock choir performed a rendition of Make Your Own Kind of Music. Lovely. Also, in mainland European royal news, in the House of the Netherlands, Princess Alexia is going to be studying in London at the University College this week, or she's going to start her studies. And she's studying a Bachelor of Science and Engineering for Social Change at the Faculty of Engineering. It's just interesting to see how the other families are moving more in a direction of normality, and absolutely royals should just go and study and work like everyone else so that they are less dependent on the public purse strings. So good for her. Wishing her luck. And just to end today's podcast, obviously, Harry should actually be starting his New York endeavors later today if he hasn't already started them. I haven't seen any pictures yet, but a fully packed schedule. At the UN, talking about global initiatives, the Concordia Summit. I'm talking with the Travelers team, the Halo Trust, and I'm sure some other things that will pop up in between. We've seen, when Harry and Meghan have gone to New York before, they also do, other events that we didn't necessarily know about on the official schedule. So very excited to see what Harry gets up to this week. Right, I'm going to end things there. Thank you so much, everyone, for just popping in. Hope you had a great weekend and wishing you a great week. And of course, link pinned at the top of the chat comments if you would like to buy the Royal Codes ebook, but of course print book, paperback book and hardcover is coming October 4th. All right, folks, I will leave it there. Ciao.